Hello, Pueblo Gardens. This is Dr. Conrad, your principal, bringing you information on our fourth quarter reentry model. I wanted to make sure all families know what their different options are. So, right now, all of you can get onto Parent View to log in your preferred learning model. If you have difficulty accessing this information in Parent View, don't hesitate to call our school at 225-2700, and we'd be more than happy to take you through the process. Families have two choices of learning model, either remote instruction or in person. For the remote instruction, for our elementary students, things will continue much as they are right now, with students engaging in daily lessons with their teachers utilizing Zoom on their devices at home, whether they're TUSD devices or home computers. And for those students on the middle school side who engage in remote instruction, it's going to be very similar to right now, but with some differences including the schedule. And so for middle school students who are engaging in remote instruction, they'll be doing their asynchronous or individual work in the morning while they're online. And then in the afternoon, that's when they'll be doing their Zoom sessions with teachers. For families who choose the in-person option, for elementary students, their in-person program will be 5 days a week, full days, from 8:25 in the morning all the way to 2:55 in the afternoon, except for Wednesdays where we always get off 1 hour early at 1:55. For our middle school students, if they engage in in-person instruction, they will be on a half-day or hybrid model where they come onto campus in the mornings at 8:25 and attend classes until 11:51, and then they'll grab their lunch, head home, and begin their asynchronous or individual work online. Wednesdays, there will be no middle school students on campus, as all of our middle school students will be participating in their online instruction in Zoom with their teachers on those days. So families right now can get onto Parent View or call our office, and we can make sure to select your preferred learning model. A couple things I do want to make sure all families are aware of when making their selection. The first is that we cannot guarantee what teacher your student is going to have. For our middle school program, your teachers will remain the same. For the elementary program, they might remain the same, but we might also have to do some schedule changes to make sure that we can balance out the classes based on how many families we have who select the in-person model versus the online remote model. The other thing that I want to make sure all families are aware of is that we can provide social distancing within the cafeteria and the hallways and most all of the areas on our campus. But when it comes to in the classroom, we do not have a restriction on the number of students who select the in-person model, which means class size might increase all the way up to our full classroom capacity. If and when that happens, we'll do the best we can to provide the maximum distance between students that we're able to within those classrooms. I also want to make sure that families know when students are coming onto campus, they must bring a mask with them. It's up to students to make sure they're wearing their mask each day while they're on campus in all areas of our campus, except when they're eating one of the meals, either in the breakfast or lunch in the afternoon. Now, some other things about our new school model. One is that for those students participating in our learning spaces, those will no longer be available because we'll now have an in-person instruction option. For our bell schedule, elementary students will follow their normal bell schedule, and our middle school students will be on the new hybrid bell schedule, and we've got a link to that on our website if you'd like to take a closer look at it. But students still start for the middle school in the morning at 8:25 and then are done in the afternoon at 11:51, while they'll transition home and continue learning from there. Both breakfast and lunch are provided as grab-and-go options, and so students are able to grab that meal and then go eat it on campus if it's in the morning. If it's in the afternoon for lunch, our elementary students will remain on campus and eat here. Our middle school students, once they get that grab-and-go lunch, will go ahead and head home and they'll eat at home. We encourage all students to bring a water bottle with them because the drinking fountains are not operational. We do have a water bottle filling station though. And so students who use a water bottle will be able to fill that up at the cafeteria. Student absences will be handled in the normal way. So if your student has to be absent for any reason, just call our office at 225-2700. We also, for our elementary students, will have our playground equipment available for them during breaks and right after lunch for a short recess. Any classroom visitors onto campus, whether it's parents or family members or volunteers, we do ask that you check in at the front office because all of our visitors have to both sign in and have their temperature taken and attest they do not have any symptoms that could potentially be related to COVID. We ask that any adults who are planning to come on campus to please call us for an appointment. That way we know that you'll be coming. For the student drop-off, that is going to be over by the cafeteria in the morning from 8:10 a.m. to 8:20 a.m. All students K-8 will be dropped off at the gate by the cafeteria. And we do ask that parents not come onto campus at that time, but just drop their students off at the gate. That's going to help us limit the number of people on campus and help make sure that we're not having to take the temperatures of all of those parents in the morning when they're dropping off students. And so we do have supervision available in the morning from 8:10 to 8:20 to make sure students are safe and kept distanced while they're waiting for their teachers to pick them up at 8:25. Any late students should come over to the front office and they'll be let in from there. Now, all students should be picked up in the same location, over by the cafeteria through that gate. And our elementary students will be done each day by 2:55 p.m., except for Wednesdays where they'll be done at 1:25. And then middle school students will be done at 11:51, coming out with their grab-and-go lunch. Now, all of our classrooms will be cleaned daily. We also will have additional cleaning that occurs to any of our high-touch areas, door handles, restrooms, and things like that. We also want to make sure that students are safe by not handling a lot of materials. So almost all of the work that students are doing is still going to be digital within this fourth quarter. Because of that, we ask students to bring their devices every day, whether it's a laptop or their iPad for our middle school students, whatever the device is that they've been engaging in with remote instruction, we ask that they bring that to school so they can utilize that for their schoolwork if they're coming for the in-person instruction. In the spring, we are going to have our state testing that we do each year, and it is going to be in person only. So at that time, we will be inviting all of our remote students to come onto campus just for that testing experience. Now, any students, while they're on campus, if they develop any symptoms that could be related to COVID, we will be asking them to return to their home and to stay there for 10 to 14 days just to help make sure that they're safe and that they do not have the COVID virus before they return to campus. I've got a link on our website to our Tucson Unified School District COVID safety guidelines, and that can take parents and families through the process so that you have full understanding about the different restrictions that we'll be following. Before closing today, I would like to review our return dates. On February 25th and 26th, we will have our rodeo break, and so there'll be no school on those 2 days. Then students will continue on with their online instruction until Friday, March 12th, which is going to be our grading day and the final day of third quarter. Then students will have a week off for spring break and will return on Monday, March 22nd. Now on that Monday, all students, whatever your learning model choice, will be engaging in remote online instruction. They'll meet with their teachers in the morning, they'll get assignments for Monday and Tuesday, and then they'll do the majority of their work individually or asynchronously. They're going to do that on Monday and Tuesday, which will give our teachers the opportunity to make sure their classrooms are ready for students starting Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, March 24th, any elementary students choosing the in-person model, that's when they'll begin instruction on campus. For our middle school students who choose in-person instruction, their first day will be Thursday, March 25th. Because remember, for the middle school students, all Wednesdays, those will be online. And then our middle school students will join us in the morning, Thursday, March 25th, for that first half-day in-person instruction. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support of our school. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email or call, because we'd be happy to explain any of our plans in more detail with you. You can also check out our website and the links that I've provided to our reentry plan, safety protocols, and the different bell schedules that we'll be utilizing. Thank you and have a great day.